In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on October 31st, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Memphis versus Rice. The Memphis Tigers, holding a record of 7 wins and 1 loss both straight up and against the spread, meet the Rice Owls, who sit at 4 wins and 4 losses in both categories, in an American Athletic Conference matchup on Friday evening. Memphis has been consistent, covering in 7 of 8 games, while Rice has shown mixed results. The over-under mark tells another story, with Memphis standing at 3-5 and Rice at 5-3. Memphis entered the top 25 in both the Associated Press and coaches polls after a strong home victory over South Florida. The team now faces a new challenge as a ranked favorite on the road, a position that brings both confidence and risk. The Tigers have excelled in spread performance, covering in 4 of 5 games as double-digit favorites, but their lone miss came in a 31-24 setback at UAB when favored by 24 points on October 18th. Defensively, Memphis has given up 26 or more points in 4 of the past 5 outings. Yet, the Tigers' run defense remains solid, allowing only 130.3 rushing yards per game, placing them around 50th in the nation. Rice, on the other hand, leans on its ground game, which powered a 37-34 double overtime win over Connecticut as a 10-point underdog. Despite this, the Owls' defense has faltered, surrendering 27 or more points in 3 straight games, totaling 122 points allowed, or about 40.7 points per game. Their recent results have pushed the over to 5 and 2 in the last 7 contests. The Owls' defensive struggles contrast sharply with Memphis' steadiness against the run, creating a potential mismatch. The Tigers have a clear edge both offensively and defensively, although this could be a psychological trap following their emotional win over South Florida. Still, given Rice's defensive weakness and Memphis' consistent scoring, the advantage remains with the stronger side. As our first pick for this matchup, the Memphis Tigers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Memphis brings an efficient and balanced offense that scores with regularity. The Tigers have reached at least 32 points in 6 of 8 games this season, including a 55-point effort on the road against Florida Atlantic. Rice's defensive unit has been overwhelmed, having allowed 61 points in a recent outing and ranking near the bottom nationally in both pass and rush defense. However, Memphis has also shown lapses on defense, giving up 31 or more points in 3 of the last 5 games, including the 31 surrendered at UAB. Rice's offense, meanwhile, showed life in its last contest, scoring 37 points, its best mark this year. The Owls have put up 31 or more points in 2 of their past 3 home games. With that scoring pattern, it is worth noting that the over has hit in 5 of their past 7. Both teams show offensive potential paired with defensive weaknesses, setting the scene for a high-scoring game. Memphis has topped 30 points in 4 of its past 5, and Rice's recent offensive surge suggests it can contribute as well. With the Tigers' passing rhythm and the Owls' rushing attack, both sides should find steady scoring opportunities throughout. The defensive inconsistencies on each side further support that outlook. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. North Carolina versus Syracuse. The first season of the Bill Belichick era in Chapel Hill has gone off the rails, as North Carolina sits at 2 wins to 5 losses overall, having dropped 4 games in a row. Syracuse has not fared much better, entering this matchup on a 4-game losing streak of its own. On Halloween night, one of these struggling programs will finally end its conference skid. The situation at North Carolina is particularly bleak. The Tar Heels rank 129th in total defense and 124th in scoring offense, averaging only 18.3 points per game. Compounding matters, the team is missing key playmakers on both offense and defense. The lack of reliable production has left this group searching for any spark of consistency. Syracuse, while far from dominant, has at least shown flashes of explosiveness that North Carolina simply has not. The Orange rank 27th in the Football Bowl subdivision with 41 plays of 20 yards or more, more, compared with North Carolina, which is tied for last in the nation with only 15 such plays all season. Syracuse's ability to stretch the field vertically contrasts sharply with the stagnant offensive output of the Tar Heels. Given the current form of both programs, this game is shaping up as a low-scoring, physical contest defined more by defense and field position than offensive creativity. Each team enters desperate to halt its losing streak, but one appears slightly more capable of doing so. As our first pick for this matchup, the Syracuse Orange to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. On the defensive side, North Carolina has shown modest improvement over its past 2 outings, holding opponents to 21 and 17 points. The Tar Heels have been effective in the red zone, ranking 5th nationally in opponent conversion rate, a rare bright spot in an otherwise difficult year. Their defensive front has shown the ability to apply pressure, which could cause trouble for Syracuse quarterback Collins, whose recent play has been marked by turnovers. If North Carolina can continue to force mistakes, it may help keep the game close. Offensively, the Tar Heels have struggled to generate consistent drives. They have yet to score more than 20 points against Football Bowl subdivision opponents this season and sit 116th nationally in red zone conversion rate. Syracuse's offense, meanwhile, has been limited since losing its starting quarterback, averaging around 12 points per game during that span. Both offenses have found it difficult to sustain possessions, while both defenses have provided steadier play. North Carolina's defensive strength lies in stopping the run, which aligns well with Syracuse's ground-heavy offensive approach. At the same time, Syracuse's defensive pressure and North Carolina's inefficiency in the red zone set the stage for a matchup defined by long possessions and stalled drives. The result will likely be a methodical, grinded-out contest where both teams lean on their defenses to control tempo and field position. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Sam Houston State versus Louisiana Tech. Sam Houston State, sitting at 0 wins to 7 losses overall and 0 wins to 4 losses in Conference USA play, will look to secure its first road victory of the season when it travels to Joe Aylett Stadium on Friday night to face Louisiana Tech. The Bulldogs come into this game following a narrow overtime defeat at home against Western Kentucky. Despite the loss, Louisiana Tech's performance showed encouraging signs of progress. The Bulldogs recorded 449 total yards, with 340 through the air, and managed 24 first downs while converting 10 of 19 third down attempts. However, their effort was marred by 9 penalties for 80 yards, mistakes that ultimately proved costly in a 1-point loss. Even so, it represented a solid response after the team's prior outing, where they scored only 7 points in a lopsided defeat on the road at Kennesaw State. Sam Houston continues its search for its first win, though the team has shown resilience in stretches. In its most recent game, the Bearcats stayed competitive against UTEP before faltering in the fourth quarter. Their defense allowed 411 total yards and 6.9 yards per play, but limited UTEP to just 3 third-down conversions on 11 attempts, while also forcing 2 turnovers. The inconsistency of the Bearcats' offense remains an issue. They have failed to surpass 18 points in 3 of their last 4 games and have given up at least 29 points in every contest this season. Against an opponent like Louisiana Tech, scoring opportunities should be available, but sustained drives remain a challenge. Louisiana Tech enters this matchup hoping to end a 2-game losing streak. The Bulldogs did find rhythm in the second half against Western Kentucky, which could serve as a spark. Sam Houston, meanwhile, remains winless, allowing 29 or more points in 5 consecutive games. Quarterback play continues to be a weak spot for the Bearcats, compounding their struggles to establish offensive consistency. Louisiana Tech, by contrast, has demonstrated an ability to move the ball through the air and generate scoring drives even in defeat. As our first pick for this matchup, the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Turning to the total, both programs have trended toward higher scoring outcomes in recent weeks. The Bearcats have gone over the total in 4 of their last 5 games, while the Bulldogs have done so in their past 2. Sam Houston averages 17.3 points per game and throws the ball on roughly 52% of its offensive plays. The Bearcats' passing attack ranks 111th in the nation, now facing a Louisiana Louisiana Tech defense that sits 112th against the pass and allows an average of 18.7 points per game. On the other side, Louisiana Tech averages 25.1 points per contest, leaning on its rushing attack for 57% of its plays. The Bulldogs' ground game ranks 74th nationally and now faces a Sam Houston defense ranked 103rd against the run, surrendering 38.9 points per game. It has been a difficult season for Sam Houston, one of only 2 winless teams in the Football Bowl subdivision alongside UMass, which stands at 0 wins to 8 losses. The Bearcats' main weakness has been defense. They have allowed 29 or more points in every game, including at least 35 points in 6 of 7 outings. Despite their own offensive limitations, this lack of defensive stability has pushed most of their recent contests above the projected total. The over has hit in 4 of their past 5, even though the Bearcats have scored 17 points or fewer in 3 of their last 4 games, including 1 shutout. Louisiana Tech opened its season strong at 4 wins to 1 loss, but then suffered a 35-7 defeat at Kennesaw State on October 9th, followed by a 28-27 overtime loss to Western Kentucky. After covering in its first 5 games, the team has since failed to cover in its last 2. While the under has gone 3-1 in Louisiana Tech's last 4 games, the over cashed against Western Kentucky. The Bulldogs have scored 27 or more points in 4 of their last 5 contests, suggesting their offense can carry much of the scoring burden. With both defenses struggling to contain opposing attacks, the pace and production should be enough to push the combined total higher. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.